everybody. Welcome to a spring 2014 S.W.A.T review. My name is Kate, otherwise known as Narataki.
And I'm Alan, otherwise known as Hisui.
We are from ReverseThieves.com. You can go there to get other S.W.A.T reviews, our monthly Speakeasy podcast, as well as 3+ blog posts every week. This time we're looking at Mekaku City Actors from Studio Shaft and is streaming on Crunchyroll. I want to mention this at the beginning. This has a very interesting backstory. That the series is based on an album of music put together through Vocaloid. I guess you could call it kind of like a concept album or like an image. There's a few things. I don't know if there's been any other anime based on something like that, but I know there's been other projects in the world based on that, but.
And, there's stuff like Black Rock Shooter, but apparently each episode is a song on the album and is based around that song on the album.
So what we start with is this guy, Shintaro, and he is a NEET, and he has this very sentient-seeming AI girl on his computer.
But he didn't buy her or get her from somebody. He just basically got her as an anonymous present.
Almost like a virus.
And he has not been able to get rid of her. And so they have kind of an uneasy friendship.
And at the beginning of the show, he accidentally ends up spilling soda on his keyboard, and it's like holiday time, so he can't get a new one delivered, so he goes out into the world, and this proves to be a very bad day for him. Because then, the Joker shows up, and that's all I could think.
Joker, yeah?
He shows up. Doesn't he look like...
Because they have those... him and all his terrorists... have these clown masks. So yeah, they do have a very distinctly Joker feel.
And they take over a mall and they hold him and a bunch of other people hostage and they want money and, so forth. But he ends up meeting a bunch of weird people during that who clearly know about his avatar or understand what it is. Or it was kind of a episode where there seemed to be setting up a bunch of other things going on, but we don't really, get it all yet, so.
And they clearly have some kind of powers.
Oh, right, yeah.
Because they're like, oh, you seem really confident. We, just gave you a distraction and freed you. You'd be able to get out of here. And he's like, yeah, I am, but how do you know that? And he's like, don't worry about it. Just... if for some reason a distraction comes up and your hands get free, you know what to do.
And the show starts and ends in the future or in the past, and we're not sure.
It's like this dream realm almost, because it doesn't seem to be at any. It seems to be in this ethereal plane where he's talking to some girl.
But she keeps saying, "Oh, let me tell you the story," or maybe you'll remember. So I was like, "Is it the future?" I don't know, but.
She knows him, but he doesn't remember her.
So that's why I thought it was the future, but I don't know. I don't know. We don't know. And although I thought it was very strange because it starts in this, as Al said, kind of like a dream state or whatever, and the animation is really nice in that scene, and then it's also really nice at the end, but the middle of the show is kind of like a mess. I don't know. Whatever.
It goes a lot more for Shaftian style, but also Shaftian cheapness.
And the episode, I was a little intrigued by the end, but I thought it had a real slow pace, especially at the beginning, because it's just him and this girl talking to each other, this avatar girl, and she's kind of annoying, and the conversations that they have are a little I don't know how to describe them.
They're, as you said, they really seem so pleased with themselves with how fascinating they think that their banter is.
Oh, the show is fascinated by them talking to each other? Yeah.
Apparently, he never leaves his house. He basically gets all his money and...
somehow.
Gets everything delivered, food and everything else. So... and she keeps trying to get him to go outside. So this... he reluctantly goes outside. And but they banter back and forth. And it does really have Bakemonogatari empty city at times. No matter how busy or quiet it is, if they go out on the street, there's almost nobody in the streets of the town. It's only named characters. And they do that in certain scenes, and other scenes, everybody is kind of these faceless,
grayed out.
But yeah, it isn't total, like, only the main characters seem to live in this city like Bakemonogatari. But yeah, they do basically only really animate and only fully draw important characters.
I was also thrown off a little bit at the end because Shintaro, he challenges these terrorists, but I don't know, I was like, really? I guess that's supposed to make me intrigued because he's supposed to be a shut-in who is, like, scared of, like, leaving his house. But then...
And he gets super, like, when he first gets into the mall, he feels like everybody's staring at him, and they bring that up several times, and when that girl bumps into him...
He's, like, really thrown off. So I don't know if there's something in his past that they're going to be hinting at or whatnot. And also, my only other thing about this show is, like, if you're going to tell me that that everybody's staring at this guy because he's, like, a shut-in creepo, like, and everybody can tell that he's, like, scruffy, could you, like, make him look a little less put together? Like, come on. He doesn't even have, like, stubble or I don't know.
Yeah, his clothing was impeccable.
He looked fine. He looked like, I don't know. I was like, if you're gonna tell me that, even like give him dark circles under his, I don't know, something. But he's anime good looking. He's fine. Whatever.
There are things about the show that are interesting, but yeah, it really takes a while for that weird, Joker terrorist part to. I think you're supposed to be like curious because of like the dream sequence at the beginning, but like you kind of forget about that way halfway through their bickering towards the mall. At
least they picked that thread back up at the end. I thought it was like a fairly intriguing first episode. I really didn't like the beginning, and the dialogue and stuff, like whatever. It's like stop being so into talking to each other. I am interested enough to watch the second episode. Maybe. I'm not saying I totally want to watch the show, but I feel like I need a couple more episodes to decide.
It's on strict probation. All right. See you guys next time.